Hi, I'm back to talk some more about my new Keys to Jazz Bootcamp that's going to be coming up soon. I thought I would talk a little bit about who specifically this course is for, and I thought I would use the example of a few of my students. So, the first one I'm going to talk about is James. Now, James came to me, he wanted to get into the Fine Arts Center. He was about 12 years old, I think. He'd had lessons for quite a while, several years, and he could read music to a certain degree, but he didn't really have much technique yet, and certainly didn't really understand much about jazz and about music itself, about how to think about rhythm, melody, and harmony, the three basic elements that I keep talking about. So we started just working with him, working on his reading and working on his technique, scales and exercises, these kind of things. And, working through some method books just to help him improve his reading. And these are things that I usually do with all of my students, young students in particular. Some of them have had lessons and can read to a certain degree, but they still usually need some help with these things. But the thing about James is that he really has a good ear for music, and he's really interested. He really listens, and he was beginning to be able to sit down and just play a little and improvise a little bit. So I've just given him some guidance in those things too. Like I said, talking about the basics of music. And the more he's grown over the years, he's really listened a lot. I recommend things for him to listen to, and he goes home and listens to them, and he searches out things that he likes himself and finds things. And he's gotten to the point where he just learns stuff off of recordings, and I'm just amazed by what he can do. Not just me, all of his other teachers too. We're all amazed by how much progress he's made. He successfully auditioned and got into the Fine Arts Center. I think he's in his second year now. We'll be going into his third year next year, and it's just amazing to see the progress that he's made. And I know he's going to keep making more progress. He's one of the students that I'll play drums with. We'll have a lesson, and I'll play drums with him, and sometimes he'll play for 15 minutes and just play great stuff the whole time. He's just really growing so much. It's great to see. But the thing is, again, the common thing with all these students that I'm talking about is they need work on things like technique and sight reading. That's something I work on with everybody. And then the other thing is, what do they specifically need that they don't have yet that they want to be able to do? So that brings me to the next student I'd like to talk about. Her name is Stephanie. And Stephanie came to me, again, I think she was trying to get into the Fine Arts Center. We got her into the Fine Arts Center as well. She is a songwriter, and she sings, she plays the keyboard, she plays other instruments, and she has her own home studio, and she makes her own songs on this home studio, and she learned to do this by herself. I didn't help her learn how to do it. She came to me already knowing how to do this. She was already making her own songs, which is great. But again, she needed help with reading and technique, those kind of basic things. But the other thing that she wanted to do that I've helped her with is she wanted to get better at writing her songs. So we've worked a lot on those same elements, rhythm, melody, and harmony, but applying them to her songwriting. So she can play, more complex things. Her songs are becoming more interesting, and the arrangements are becoming more interesting because she's learning more about how to do these things, how to use the chords to make it sound richer and fuller. And, she adds tracks of her own. She plays the clarinet, adds clarinet parts, and sings, writes the words and sings. And just amazing. And I think she's going into her third year at the Fine Arts Center as well. And it's just great to watch these students grow like this. So next, I'm going to talk about another student I have named Carlos. And Carlos comes from a Hispanic background. And when he came for his first lesson, I was just amazed. He sat down and played this complicated piece by Chick Corea that he learned off of a recording with the help of his grandfather. So he comes from a Hispanic background, like I said, so he's really exposed to Afro-Cuban music, like salsa, merengue, this type of music. And he could play montunos, which is really interesting. He can play a lot of great stuff, but his technique is not good. And he can't read. He could hardly read at all, actually. So we've been working on those things. Again, everybody works on technique, scales, and finger exercises. And we've been working a lot on his reading, and also helping him to understand what he's doing when he's making these montunos. So I start everybody with real basic stuff, just basic harmony, and explain to them how it works. And he's been coming to me for about a year now, and just passed his audition. He's going to the Fine Arts Center in the fall as well. So once again, it's just great to see how these students can grow and how motivated they get when they start getting the right direction and the right kind of guidance. So, all right, hope that's helpful. You can consult with me. If you'll look in the show notes, you'll see a link to have a private consultation with me. And I do offer private lessons online as well if that interests you. And I look forward to hearing from you.